Welcome back to Southpaw Diecast. I'm Scott. Today we have another Redline restore, and this is the 1970 Mantis. Now, I bought this casting a while back. I'm just taking my time getting through all these Redlines that I bought. I looked up this color because it didn't look like root beer brown. And this is a color they did in Hong Kong, and it's called copper. Well, I've been checking, and copper is no longer made, and nobody has remade it, like Second Chance Redlines, Bright Vision, the Redline shop. So I'm probably going to do this in root beer brown because that'd be the closest thing. It's missing quite a bit of paint, and I got a windshield on order for it from Second Chance. So we're going to get this apart, get the body in the stripper, and see what we're dealing with. So stick around, everyone. Okay, so we got the Mantis all taken apart, and engine looks good. We'll get that shined up. Interior looks really good. We'll just wash that. And then I've got the glass coming. And then the base is pretty well tarnished, which we can take care of that with some Flitz calcium rust line remover. And then there's a lot of paint missing on the body. And we're going to throw that in the citrus strip, get all that paint off, and get it prepped for paint. So stay tuned. Okay, it's that time again, the orange toxic goo, aka citrus strip. And let's get that body in there. Down she goes. And we're going to let that soak for about a day. And we'll come back and see what underneath looks like and get it polished. Stay tuned. Okay, so I got the body out of the citrus strip. And now I'm going to go over it with the Scotch-Brite wheel to prep it. So then I can use the Flitz polish on it and get this bad boy looking like chrome. So I'm just slowly going over it like I always do. And I'll switch it up here in the vise. See how it's kind of making the casting a little brighter? I just think it helps when you go to use the Flitz. It just makes the Flitz work a little better. But just take your time on it. Don't get in a hurry. All right, let's move on. Okay, now that we've gone over the whole body with the Scotch-Brite wheel, now it's time to polish the casting using the Flitz polish. And we're going to get this bad boy to look like the body's chrome. And it doesn't take much of this Flitz, guys. It takes very little. It's just smeared on with your finger. And, I mean, I've literally got a medium-sized tube that's lasted me 2.5 years, and I've still got quite a bit left. So if that tells you how little you need to do this. And then I get these yellow cloth buffing wheels off of Amazon. They do an excellent job. So what you do is when you put it on there, you just want to start going over the whole area, and that polish is going to turn black immediately, because what it's doing is that Dremel's grinding with the abrasions in the polish on the metal. So it's going to turn black on you, but just keep on going. And then once that polish starts to firm up and dry up, that's when it really starts polishing the metal. So you just take your time, and you want to leave your Dremel on medium setting as far as speed. Do not do it on high, because you can burn the polish into the metal. And you can already start to see here now that it's starting to get very shiny, and you're almost starting to see the reflections of the Dremel in the body. I won't use nothing else besides Flitz. To me, it was recommended from the beginning when I got into the hobby, and I won't use nothing else. All right, let's move on now. Okay, I had sprayed this down with the Flitz calcium rust line remover and a wire brush, and boy, it did such a great job. And now I just kind of finished it up here with a Scotch-Brite wheel just a little bit, and then I leave the base alone. To me, doing it this way, it looks more like a stock Redline base. I don't need to take flits and use the buffing wheel and make it chrome. I actually like this spun aluminum look better. Just works really well. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, I got everything done for the 1970 Mantis Redline. Polished up the engine a little bit, ordered a brand new windshield, cleaned the interior, and cleaned up that base and got some new wheels on it. And boy, did I put a nice dark root beer brown paint job on it, which looks fabulous. So now let's get this together and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's where we started with this 1970 Mantis. And now let's get to the reveal and see what I did with it. Okay, here she is, 1970 Redline Mantis, fully restored in dark root beer brown. Boy, I love that color. I must have had the settings on my airbrush just a little too rich. But man, the more I look at this color, the more I like it. And to me, it looks more like real root beer. Some of the pictures you've seen of some of the other Redlines in root beer brown, they're a lot lighter. And to me, that's not root beer. That's just more of a light brown. But I had a blast doing this. I had this casting, no joke, probably for over a year and a half. And I just now gotten around to restoring it. But it was fun. And boy, I really liked the way it turned out. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button to help me out. And subscribe because it's always free. And we'll see you guys next time.